Hey y'all, Zach with Real Property Associates here. Welcome to the December monthly market update. In this market update, we're going to talk a little bit about the stats from November and also talk about a few of the current events that might be affecting the real estate market here going forward. So if you're new, welcome to the market update. If you've been tuning into these regularly, I appreciate it. So let's jump right in. This time we're going to focus a little bit about the counties. So we're going to talk about King County. And in King County, we had a median sales price of $550,000 this month. And that's an 8.8% increase over last year as a county in general. Inventory in general in the whole county is 1.1 months. So really low inventory county-wide, not just in the city of Seattle. To focus in a little bit on Seattle, in general, we've had a median sales price of $600,000 in the month of November. That's one of the lower median sales prices in the last few months, probably like 5 or 6 months, but still higher than what we saw most of last year. And we're still on pace to break $600,000 as the median sales price for the entire year. In the city of Seattle, we actually have less than a month's worth of inventory, so 0.8 months. Inventory was up a little bit, around 1.3, 1.5 months as of recently, but we had quite a bit of sales, as we'll talk about here. There were 716 sales in the city of Seattle last month, which is the highest amount in any November month in the past 11 years. So 2005 is the last time we had over 700 sales in the month of November. And just for perspective, last year we had 541 sales in November, and in 2014 we had 600. So we had a spike in sales, and there wasn't much of a spike in inventory, so we actually saw a decrease in that overall inventory for the city of Seattle. And out in Snohomish County, we'll jump to Snohomish County here. The median sales price was $393,000, and the increase of 9.2% over last year, with about 1.3 months of inventory. So between King and Snohomish counties, inventory is still really low, relatively. You'll see that Snohomish County is much more affordable. So if you're a first-time home buyer, that's probably going to be the place to look, unless you've got a job that's going to afford you a bigger down payment or a bigger mortgage in the city of Seattle. A few things to talk about. So last month I mentioned the election and interest rates increasing for a bit. Interest rates are still up from where they were earlier in the year, somewhere around 4%-ish, give or take, a little bit over, a little bit under. And there was an article in the Seattle Times a couple days ago it was more of a scare article that was talking about how many buyers are flocking to purchase homes right now because of interest rates being still low but projected to be on the rise. And I have seen that a little bit, but I don't think that in the stats from November are really going to reflect the presidential election, as most of those homes haven't even closed yet. So I think December, when we check back in January, will be a better tell on how much of a new frenzy these increased rates have created. But something to look out for sure is we already have low inventory and a lot of competition, so if there's even more people jumping in, or we could see an even more crazy springtime here coming up in 2017, so something to keep an eye on. Again, if there's anything, if you guys have any questions about buying a home, or you're thinking about selling a home and you're curious about what your house's value is, I'd love to have a conversation, buy a cup of coffee or a beer and sit down and have a conversation. So again, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next month.